Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube. You are watching 12U Baseball's the Schaumburg Flyers take on the Chicago Warriors in a tournament in Wheeling, Illinois. I'm Josh alongside my broadcast partner Anthony Collada, and we apologize very much for the delay. We had a lot of audio problems. It seemed we figured it out, and there is out number one of the top of the second inning, where it is a 3-0 ball game. Anthony, you want to highlight that?
Yeah, the Flyers got off to a quick start, getting 3 outs in the top of the first inning, and then came back. Or I apologize. They came out early in the top of the first inning with back-to-back walks and managed to push across 3 runs in the first inning. So a great start for the Flyers. They come out in the bottom half of the inning, get 3 straight outs, and now they're on the board early, looking to create more damage.
Well, getting out to a big start is very important and vital for a team, especially for the Flyers, who recently broke a 4-game losing streak with a win on Thursday. Ball one is still in there. That one drilled and caught by the third baseman on a liner for out number 2.
Yeah, a good swing on that ball, but unfortunately a line drive right to the third baseman look for the Warriors.
Jack up to bat, playing first base today, sees the first pitch and takes one in the back, turns and faces, and gets on base. That's a way to help out your team.
Yeah, the 2-out hit by pitch. That one's definitely going to leave a mark, but absolutely the kind of plate appearance that you want to see from your number 10 hitter to get the lineup back up to the top to allow your leadoff hitter to try to do some 2-out damage.
There's Tommy, the right-handed batter. Pitcher steps off the mound. Looking to keep Jack in check at first. Tommy going 3 for 5 last game with 2 RBIs. Outside there.
Yeah, for Ruiz, after the tough first inning, now he comes in the second inning, and he's really just looking to throw strikes, record outs. He recorded the first 2 fairly quickly, not looking for this last one.
Off-speed pitch gets Tommy sweet and missing high, and checks the Jack at first. And Ruiz, it's always tough when you get roughed up in the first inning, but here it's a chance for him to bounce back. You're able to test him. He also came to relief in their last appearance. Outside runner taking throw high, and Jack slides in safe.
Yeah, a very good jump over there by Jack off of first base, and then the stolen base attempt, the throw comes in very much late from the Warriors.
Ruiz taking his time in the stretch. Gathers himself. Ball outside. And for Ruiz, the pitching method is much of Johnny Cueto's. You can see the resemblance, the hesitation, waiting, and making the batter wait even more, having a lot of tricks, off balance, and the same gather.
Yeah, absolutely. You just want to be careful that you don't pause too long at the top of your motion as to get a block.
The pickoff heads straight into center field, collected by his teammate. So that's top. Infield playing to keep the runner away from third. And Tommy draws a walk there. Runners on first and second. Up to bat is Luke.
Yeah, and that's why that 2-out hit by pitch is so important, because now all of a sudden you get a 2-out walk with your leadoff batter. Now you've got 2, 3, 4 up. You still have the runner in scoring position. Flyers could look to add on here.
That one foul by Luke.
Luke with a good plate appearance in his his first at-bat in the previous inning, drawing a walk that put 2 runners on early for the Flyers in the first. This time he's not looking to walk though, Josh. He's looking to drive one to the outfield to drive in that run.
Infield playing pretty deep on the plate. That one's driven over to short. Gathered the throw, made to first in time. A 6-3 on the play. Baroni gets it over in time to Durokovic. That ends the top of the second. Flyers unable to get on the board. 3-0 lead, however, for Schaumburg. You are listening to Josh Lanantic on Sports Broadcast Solutions. Back with Sports Broadcast Solutions on YouTube Live. The Schaumburg Flyers lead the Chicago Warriors 3-0 in the bottom of the second. That is Massel. Warriors went down 1-2-3 back in the first inning. A double play ended their run.
Yeah, multiple ground ball outs from Keegan. He got the ground ball from shortstop and almost got the double play for the second and third outs. And
Massel with a comebacker over to Keegan. In time to first to Jack for out number 1.
As I was saying, getting lots of quick outs on the ground, that's what's going to spell success. You're not racking up your pitch count. You're going to be able to go deep into this game.
Roney out at the plate, Donnie number 19. Outfield playing pretty deep. Swings and misses for strike one. Breeze warming up on the sidelines behind the dugout. One in the dirt there. Outfield playing pretty deep, about 5 steps away from the warning track. Infield on the edge of the grass. That one's driven out to left field, back at the wall. That's got a chance. That ball is out of here. Home run for Baroni.
Yeah, Baroni really getting into that one, driving it into the left. He got his pitch and just put a very nice swing on the ball and drove that one out of here.
Cowabunga. That one leaves the yard. It's a 3-1 ball game, and he is mobbed at home plate by his teammates after a sky rocket to left center field.
And now you hope that is the kind of jump start that gets the Warriors going in this one. They had been set down 4 straight by Keegan. He was rolling early. Now the home run. We'll see how that shifts the momentum in this one.
Durokovic at the plate. This is a fastball catching the outside part of the plate for strike 1. Fouled away. 2 pitchers count for Keegan.
A nice way to come back after that home run by Keegan. Back-to-back strikes. Now he's looking to finish off this batter and get the second out of the inning.
Infield continuing to play on the edge of the grass. Swing and a miss by Keegan. Drop third strike. Throw to Jack by the catcher. Anthony is in time.
A very nice pitch there. He had him in his spot, and Keegan went with the off-speed pitch down in the zone. Got the chase, and then Anthony behind the plate doing a nice job of blocking that ball, hopping to it quickly and making a good strong throw over to first.
The big thing is Keegan's got a lot of funk when he's pitching. He is able to achieve so many different things on the mound as he goes high fastball inside for strike one.
Yeah, it's all about mixing up your looks as a pitcher. You don't want to give the batters the same look every time. So when you're able to mix and match, it really spells good things for you as a pitcher.
That one just as inside as before. But this time catcher Anthony not able to get a handle on it as it was low and inside. That one rounded over to second to Luke. The throw to Jack in time for out number 3. As we head to the bottom of the second, a home run puts the Chicago Warriors on the board by Baroni. Yep, they trail 3-1. You are on listening to 12U Travel Baseball on Sports Broadcast Solutions. Back with Sports Broadcast Solutions, I'm Josh Lowe, alongside my broadcast partner, Anthony Collada. The Chicago Warriors get on the board with a home run, but still trail the Schaumburg Flyers 3-1 in this travel baseball 12U action. The last time up for the Schaumburg Flyers, they ended a 4-game losing streak. They start off the month of June 1-3 after getting a win against the Illinois Slammers on the 9th. It was a 10-6 win in 7 innings. It's the second time that they've scored 10 runs in the last 2 games.
Yeah, the Flyers, despite the 4-game losing streak, they're still putting runs up on the board. So now it's a matter of getting the pitching to match their bats. And when you can kind of put those two together, Josh, it's going to spell for much better results.
Danny started off last outing with 3 2/3 innings pitched, 11 first pitch strikes with a strikeout, and it was Joey who came in relief for 3 1/3 inning, 9 first pitch strikes, but here's the kicker. 5 strikeouts with a 180 whip. It was the pitching that really kept the Flyers in it, as well as a home run by Keegan, 3 hits for Tommy, 3 hits for Gavin, and 3 quality at-bats for Owen. Helped propel the Flyers to their first win of June, first win in 5 games. Stepping off the mound is Ruiz. To bat is Danny, who lined out to center back in the first inning. Infield playing fairly deep in the grass.
Yeah, 3, 4, 5 due up for the Flyers in this 3rd inning. This is where the Flyers really want to look to do some damage. You've got the best part of your lineup up. Now is where you want to play some add-on after letting up the run in the previous inning.
A high ball and a foul ball. That's to 1. The payoff. Outside for ball 2.
Good at-bat from Danny to lead off this inning, making sure that you see a lot of pitches. Ruiz in his 2nd inning of work had a nice first inning, looking to settle it.
That one driven into right field. That gets down for Danny. The throw to first, close. And a great opportunity for the Warriors to capitalize on something that isn't done easily. Massel out in right field, gets a handle on the ball, and I don't know. Danny was running pretty fast, but a great throw by Massive to nearly throw him out from right field at first base.
Yeah, not really a play that you see very often, a runner getting thrown out at first, but good awareness by Danny to make sure that he legs that out as to not get thrown out. Keegan went yard on Thursday for his first home run over a fence in his career, looking to replicate that same success.
Stealing is Danny. The throw, the pickoff, behind the runner. Not in time is Look. Oh, Look got a good look at it. That's Fournier behind the play, Off to Keegan inside, almost hit him.
Good eye there by Keegan. We know that he likes to be aggressive. Up 2-0 in the count. This is where we saw him take some big hacks in his last game. You know that's what he's looking to do here in this situation as well.
And that one plunked him. Keegan walking it off to first. Got hit in the left leg, a little slow to get up. The coach is checking on him. He's going to need a breather here. We hope he's okay.
Yeah, that one looked to hit him towards the back of the knee. That's never really a good spot to be hit, but we'll see how he's doing over there. Still down on a knee as he gets up now. You want to see him hopefully be able to get back out on first and be able to run the bases.
He's going to try and give it a go. Luke coming out to comfort him. Just stepping up to the plate.
Worth keeping in mind that that is the Flyers' starting pitcher in this one as well. So we'll see how much he is affected as he comes off the base. So obviously not good enough to run. We'll see how that affects him on the mound.
Luke, the courtesy runner in this situation, as Anthony steps up to the plate. Darren on deck. There's on first and second. Infield playing double play depth. Outfield fairly shallow. Foul back by Anthony as the fastball went high and inside.
Anthony really racking up the on-base percentage in last games on Thursday, getting on base 4 times with 2 singles and being plunked 2 times. So, you know, he took a nice ice bath after the game.
The pickoff attempt goes into center. Luke and Danny on the jump, ready to go at a moment's need. Fielder, they're able to keep the runners at bay. From both teams, we've seen a couple pickoff attempts go into center field, and that's something the coaches most likely will stress in practice after the tournament.
Yeah, you know, you want to make sure that you keep those runners close to their bases, but on the other hand, you need to make sure that you can complete those throws, because if as soon as they get out into the outfield, that allows free bases to be taken, and now you're letting up unearned runs.
Bruce checking Danny, who has a massive leadoff at second. The payoff. Breaking ball catches the outside side of the paint.
Tough pitch there for Anthony. Great pitch from Ruiz. You know, it depends on how you look at it. There's really nothing that a batter can do with a pitch that far outside. It just clips the corner. Nice pitch.
Big leadoff, fouled away. This time up for Anthony. It's the Illinois Slammers, 2 for 4 with 2 singles. That was really a good overall hitting day for the Flyers. Everyone getting a chance to get on base.
Yeah, we've seen that early production carry over into this one as well, with several hits already on the board for the Flyers as they're threatening in this inning as well.
Swing and a miss there. The off-speed pitch. High above the plate and out of the zone. Able to get Anthony chasing.
Yeah.
Steps up.
Yeah, a nice pitch there from Ruiz. He was able to change the eye levels after a couple of foul balls and get the swing and miss for the first out. Needs to continue to rack them up. He's looking for a ground ball to the infield for a double play.
Breaking ball. catching the inside of the plate. And Darren frozen a little there. And that one's driven out to center field. Back it goes. Out of here. 3-run, hefty home run by Darren. And the Flyers' lead extends to 6-1. 2 innings a row of long ball. And the Flyers capitalize on that opportunity, bringing home 3 runs, and they lead 6-1.
A fantastic swing on that one from Darren. He knew it as soon as that ball was hit that it was gone. He took 3 steps out of that box and just watched it fly over the fence for a 3-run bomb. 6-1 now for the Flyers as they open it up early in the 3rd inning.
Big-time players make big-time plays, and that is what Darren does there as Gavin takes strike 1.
Now, if you're Ruiz on the mound, you need to look to settle back in. You can't let that home run get to your head and throw off the rest of the inning.
Gavin, 2-hopper over to short. To first, the throw in time.
Shortstop Baroni picking it up. He went down with an overhand kind of grab with the glove to get that one. Not how you want to field that. You want to alligator kind of how they teach you in Little League. But ultimately, Baroni able to make the play and make a strong throw to first for the 2nd out.
Ruiz has given up just as many runs as Liz did in the 1st inning. Wild pitch there. Goes for ball 1. Liz giving up 3 runs in the top of the 1st. Ruiz giving up 3 in the top of the 3rd. Ball grounded over on the 3rd base side, foul.
Oh, and another one of those Flyers batters that really found success at the plate in Thursday's game with 2 singles, looking to stay hot with 2 outs in this inning.
Base is empty, and Owen fouls that bat. And he slaps his bat, as you can tell there. He got the pitch he wanted. He was on the spot, but just under it.
Yeah, that's what you get from a good hitter sometimes. You know where your pitch is, you see it well, and you just miss it. And those are the ones that frustrate you because you've seen it so well.
That one popped up to the 2nd baseman, retreating and making the catch is Hume for out number 3. At the bottom of the 3rd, as the Flyers extend their lead to 6-1. You are watching 12U Travel Baseball on Sports Broadcast Solutions. Back with Sports Broadcast Solutions, I'm Josh Lowe, along with my broadcast partner, Anthony Collada. As Keegan deals ball 1 there.
They called that one a strike. Very low in the zone. Probably a pitcher's call on that one. Keegan gets the call and he's up 0-1.
Swing and a miss. Pitcher's count, 0-2.
Yeah, another one down in the dirt there, and after the bad first, called strike. forces Hume to have to swing at that one in the dirt. Now he's down on the 2.
Field playing inside the grass here, outfield. And fairly in. Swing and a miss for strike 3, foul tip. As Anthony applies the tag there to secure out number 1 on Hume.
Yeah, Hume, a tough at-bat on that one. He goes down 0-1 with a tough strike call, and then he's forced to swing at a bad pitch. And that just kind of threw him off the whole at-bat, and Keegan was able to go to work and rack up the strikeout for his second of the game.
Another pitcher strike there. Is that one outside? It's the Ups' approval. And a K on the board. Shot his first appearance. Pass ball. Takes ball.
What website do you guys have? Well, we are intern for sports
Well,
broadcast
Frank, they
solutions,
hold
so we
on
just do
there.
sports broadcasting right now.
Yeah, we see
And we're
Keegan really
streaming
working
live on
down in
YouTube.
the zone, working in the dirt to try to get some
I'm the
swings and
UIC.
misses.
I'm
He's
done.
going to put a lot of
Information
work
I
on
can-
catching.
That one driven out to right center.
Okay.
Going to make the play in time. Great catch by Darren. Moving from right to left to make the play in right center.
We kind of film a lot of things.
That's out number 2 for the Flyers.
games.
Darren showing
Okay.
off those
Oh, my
long
friends,
legs out in
uh,
center field. He went a long way to track that ball down, but made a nice running catch for the
Yep.
second out. That's what you
There should
want
be a
out
live
of your
stream
center
on
field.
sports
Cover a lot
broadcast
of ground.
solutions.
He brought the speed there. Inside pitch in the dirt. Scooped up by Anthony.
Yes.
Just go there.
Yeah.
And the month of May was very kind to this Flyers team, going 12-3-1. That dismal 1-3 to start off June. Pitch there. Key.
I know we're doing 2 games. We're doing this.
This is exactly the start that the Flyers were hoping for from their starting pitcher. Just the 2 hits allowed, the home run, the solo home run being the only run on the board for the Warriors. He's getting quick outs, he's throwing a lot of strikes, and he's letting his defense help him out and make plays. That's exactly what you want from your starting pitcher.
What's not helping his defense out is the pass balls by the catcher and the wild pitches made by Keegan himself. It's going to be important to do what he just did there, and that's just getting the ball over the plate with his fastball commit. Swing and a miss. Keegan getting Ruiz to go there.
Full count, 2 outs. An ugly swing on that one down in the zone. Now's the payoff pitch.
Keegan throws a ball 4, and Ruiz is on first. 2 outs. Big play here coming for Liss. Now, Liss was the starting pitcher, gave up 3 runs in the top of the first. Has a chance to really not only help himself out in the pass sets, but give his pitcher right now, Ruiz, a chance as he comes out for a courtesy runner coming out of Shaw.
Yeah, as the final batter in the lineup. Yes, there are 2 outs, but just like we saw the Flyers do with 2 outs, you can get runners on base and manufacture runs still with 2 outs. So Liss, find a way on base, get the top of the order up. Anything can happen then.
Keegan fires. High runner takes, great throw by Anthony, the tag by Tommy, he can't handle it, and stealing second is Shaw.
A high pitch there. Should have been quick and easy for Anthony to be able to get it and make a good strong throw, but the ball bounces in and allows Shaw to steal second very easily in courtesy run for Ruiz.
Shaw with a very aggressive lead, running on contact with 2 outs here.
Yeah, Shaw needing to make sure that he is going to be able to score on any ball to the outfield with 2 outs.
Liss takes a ball way inside. If Liss can put one in the green, likely bring Shaw home. And Shaw has shown his speed, not just on the steal there, but his base running overall. That one grounded on a comeback for Keegan. And the throw to Jack in time. The Warriors do not get on the board as they trail 6-1 to the Flyers. You are listening Or watching, 12U Travel Baseball on Sports Broadcast Solutions.
One.
We're watching 12U Travel Baseball on Sports Broadcast Solutions as the Schaumburg Flyers 12U Blue Squad is leading the Chicago Warriors 6-1. That is Joey, who lined out to third last time out.
Yeah, Flyers picked up 3 runs in their previous inning thanks to the 3-run bomb from Darren. Looking to play add-on after continuing to pitch well and get out 6-1. You don't feel like that would be safe still in just the top of the 4th inning.
Ruiz still on the mound for the Warriors. Joey stepping up. Infield playing, at least the inner half of the infield playing in the grass, outfield playing deep.
Yeah, with the turf, you're going to get the ball on you much quicker with a ground ball, as the grass is not going to slow it down. So as an infielder, you can afford to play an extra step or 2 back because that ball is going to be on you quicker. So you're going to have a little bit of extra time.
What's this thing?
Hitters count to Joey 1-0. Ruiz gets a ups pitch there for strike 1.
You can tell Ruiz is much more comfortable when he's without runners on base. He's able to take his time while he's in his windup. You see a slow knee up that allows him to take his time and really get his momentum set.
That one grounded over to shot at second, over to first in time to Massel for out number 1. Is Jack. Jack playing first, the tall lefty. Hit by a pitch in his first at bat.
Yeah, I'm sure Jack would like to see a couple more pitches, maybe some that cross the plate instead of hit him. As that one is behind him, Jack must have a magnet in his pocket for this one.
Well, it's interesting. That's a couple pitches that Ruiz is throwing behind the batters. The first one plunked Keegan on his back leg. That's his left leg. Same thing almost happens here for Jack.
Hey, they talk about establishing the inside corner. You get a ball behind you, that's certainly going to make you think he's a batter.
Jack pops that one up, playing it is Shaw, glove in the air, makes the catch, out number 2. That's one thing, like you mentioned, with the shortstop and the second baseman playing in the grass, you're able, especially on a pop fly, you're able to make the player able to get more time to read on it in case it travels out to the outfield, and that's the case there for the Warriors.
And that's definitely going to help with some of those shallow pops into the outfield that, as a middle infielder, you have to go back on. That's really tough. When you're playing an extra step or 2 back, it's going to make it a lot easier to get to some of those balls as well.
Side there to Tommy. Tommy's been walked his first 2 plate appearances. Luke's on deck.
That's exactly what you want to see out of your leadoff hitter. 2 straight walks, he's working the count, he's getting on base, setting up the rest of his lineup.
Reeves delivers outside, but inside enough gives him the strike call, and it seems that the umpire has a very wide strike zone.
Yeah, being very generous with that outside corner. Tommy, a good take there. 2-0, you're not really going to do anything.
And we'll round it over to short on a three hopper. The throw not in time as Tommy reaches on an infield single. There was nothing that could really be done to prevent it there. Baroni in the right spot. That's where playing deep can hurt you. The ball did get to take 3 or 4 bounces before he got his glove on it.
Yeah, the slower ground ball with the fast runner, those two things coupled together, and it was a very easy infield single. That's where you kind of need to change your defensive alignment a little bit depending on how fast that runner is and how much power they have, depending on how fast the ball is going to get to you and how quick you need to be to get him out at first.
With 2 outs, Tommy on first. Luke in the right-handed batter's box. That pitch is wild, and Tommy steals second. And Luke had to go back and check on that ball and make sure Tommy doesn't get 2 stolen bases out of that.
Yeah, I think Tommy was probably going to have second base stolen very easily, but with the ball getting away from Ruiz into the backstop, it made it very easy. Good work by the catcher Luke to get onto that before allowing Tommy to get to third.
And Luke drives that one over to short. Fielding is Baroni. The throw in time to get Luke for out number 3. We head to the bottom of the 4th as the Schaumburg Flyers lead the Chicago Warriors 6-1. You're watching 12U Travel Baseball on Sports Broadcast Solutions.
I know it's on the camera.
Two hits in this one, he can really shut them out. Needing to find some type of traffic, if nothing else, to keep the Flyers' defense out on the field for a little bit, to give their pitcher a little bit of rest.
2-1 to look. As Keegan and Anthony have had some miscommunication today, as wild pitches and pass balls have been happening literally left and right. They have been able to get ground balls. See, there was another pass ball.
Yeah, but luckily for the Flyers and Keegan that these wild pitches are not coming with runners on base. And he's still managing to make his pitches when he needs to. So it's not like he's being overly wild where balls are just spraying all over the place and runners are all over the bases.
One driven out to center field. Back goes Darren trying to make the catch. It hits the trap, and that will just be a singles. Darren able to make a great throw. The cutoff goes to Tommy, over to Luke at second, and that somehow keeps Luke at bay at a single.
Yeah, a couple of things on that play. Look, you probably want to see him standing on second base after a ball like that. It looks like he might have dogged it out of the box a little bit. As for Darren in center field, you can tell he was running with the glove up. If you run with your glove down, you can get to the spot and then put the glove up and make the correct.
Taking his look, the pick off to Tommy, not in time. Look slides in safely. After starting this game off 2 for 2, his top reached on a fielder's choice last time. Stands proud in the right-handed batter's box.
And just like Tommy for the Flyers, look on both times that he's been up to the plate. So it's exactly what you want to see from your leadoff hitter.
Top with a batting stance reminiscent of Paul Goldschmidt. Goes on the check swing. Like Goldschmidt, he holds the bat really far behind his back with a downward angle. And then brings it just up as Keegan is about to pitch there and drives that one foul. Jack going over to the wall trying to make the play, but it goes out of play.
It's a big at bat for Top in the bottom half of the fourth with a runner in scoring position and no outs.
That one fouled back as Look continues to take an aggressive lead at second. And with Keegan being a lefty, there's an opportunity here for Look to take a chance on third. Full count here with no outs. Pivotal pitch coming here from Keegan. That one outside, runners on first and second for the Warriors. They're making some noise with no outs in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, Keegan into his fourth inning of work now. So this is about the time that you start to see your pitcher running out of gas. So the coach is going to come out, talk to him right now to make sure that he's doing okay, make sure he's still settled in, make sure that his mind is in the right place to record some of these outs. You have to be careful. You got 2 runners on, no outs, and now you've got the meat of the lineup in 3, 4, 5 coming back.
Baroni, player for the Warriors, who hit that home run previously, is in the hole right now. There's a chance. There is a chance. We will see him this inning if the Warriors do not ground into a double play at least. You bring in the power hitting aspect of it. And in comes Joey, making his way to left field. That shifts Owen over to center. And coming out of the game is Darren. Swing and miss there. There's Fournier. Hoping to get a chunk out of that ball. And an interesting defensive note here. Gavin usually plays left field or right field, getting the start at third today. As that one is driven right through the hole between Gavin and Tommy. The bases are loaded now for the Warriors, and Keegan in a heap of trouble here in the bottom of the fourth as Massel steps up to the plate.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting by Fournier, driving that one into left field with 2 strikes. Now they load the bases. The cleanup hitter is up. This is exactly what the Warriors were looking for. They're finally getting to Keegan. Now it's time to push some of these runs across to get back into this game.
Bottom of the fourth, bases loaded. Warriors trail by 5. The tying run on deck.
This is one of those moments in a game where you feel that the momentum is shifting and that one swing of the bat can change everything.
And there's the swing. It's popped over to second. Luke makes the catch out in the green for out number 1. A pivotal out for Keegan, a must need. But here's Baroni, who went deep last time out to left center. At this point, Keegan's got to be composed. He's got to stay with what works for him, not going outside of your zone.
Yeah, that home run is in the back of his mind, but you don't want to pitch too afraid because you still have the bases loaded. You don't want to try to be too perfect, but just try to limit the damage. You're still up 5 runs. You can live with 1 run being scored here if you can get a ground ball in the infield.
After a first pitch swinging foul ball, Baroni takes ball 1. Swing and a miss by Baroni. If he connected there, we might have never seen that ball again.
Now you could tell he had bad intentions on his mind with that swing, looking to replicate what he did back in the second inning.
Keegan goes back-to-back fastballs, low inside. One gets Baroni to swing and miss. The other, Baroni just watches sail by. 2-2 the count. Outside there, Keegan needs to put one inside the zone here to avoid bringing home a run as the bases are loaded with full count.
Fall back on the full count there. With the bases loaded, Keegan's got to come right after Baroni, and after hitting a home run, it's mano a mano. It's can you hit my best pitch?
2 foul balls to row for Baroni.
Seeing a good battle. Keegan unwilling to get in with the bases loaded.
Next take here, interesting. It could be a high fastball or a low breaking ball. Try going for the high fastball. He walks Baroni, and that brings in the forced run. And the deficit slowly cutting away for the Warriors as they trail by 4. The tying run at the plate. Djokovic. Keegan will be subbed out of the game, at least for pitching. Coming on in is Darren. Darren, another lefty, started out the game at center, and his first warm-up pitch goes to the backstop.
Yeah, definitely the right call for the Flyers coach to go out there and get Keegan. Bases loaded, 1 out, you've already walked 1 in. You don't want to let the inning get too much away from you. Bring in the lefty and to try to stop the bleeding here. You allow the 1 run, you can even live with 1 or 2 more coming across. But the Flyers really just in search of outs, and that is why they bring in
Darren not getting the most pitching reps of the Flyers. Usually it's Danny, Joey, or Keegan. Darren has one last talk with Anthony. He's going to get one more pitch from the ump. Play ball. The time run at the plate in Djokovic, who struck out swinging last time. Our pitch this morning for Darren is a ball.
big spot for Darren. Missed high with the first pitch. He needs to make sure he gets himself under control.
So he missed there to count even at 1-1.
Djokovic struck out in his last at bat, looking to drive one to the outfield, put them on the board.
Perfectly painted pitch, high fastball, high, and just inside before it goes outside. The two runners going on contact with significant leadoffs. Infield playing at double play depth, but that will not be needed as a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch by Darren gets out number 2.
Yeah, the off-speed pitch got Djokovic to be way out in front on that one. With 2 strikes, he was forced to go into protect mode. Saw the ball in the zone, but was unable to keep the hands back. He goes down ugly.
Here's look, Downing number 12 looks at ball 1. is here in the hole is Shaw. There's count here sitting at 2-0. Aaron delivers inside for a strike.
A nice pitch there, just barely clips the inside corner. Anthony does a very good job of catching that one and showing it to the umpire to get that strike.
A high ball, a wild pitch. The runner caught in a rundown. There's the throw to Anthony, gets it over to Gavin. Back over to Darren, coming over is Tommy, but Anthony cuts him off. Gavin at home plate, can't handle the ball. And all runners are safe. The Flyers had a chance to get top in a rundown and get out of this bases loaded jam, and they cannot capitalize on that opportunity. And the count is 3-1.
Lots of action going on in that rundown. You want to try to limit it to 2 or 3 throws max. You can tell the Flyers are just going back and forth, and eventually you're bound to drop one.
Base on balls brings in another run. 6-3, the Warriors slowly cutting away, and here is the leading runner at the plate, Hugh, who struck out back in his first appearance. Fairly shallow, a comebacker at Darren, shaken up on the plate, the throw by Gavin, not in time, and an infield single goes off the pitcher Darren. 6-4, the Warriors are chipping away, and Darren seems to be a little shaken up on the play. We hope he's okay as the coaches come out to look at him. That got him on his left arm. Possible contusion on the play.
Yeah, you need to be careful. That's Darren's throwing hand. He's a lefty, so if he took a ball off the finger might be ringing a little bit. Might have went a little bit numb. So you want to make sure that you can still grip the ball and have a good feel for it, nothing hurts. So they're going to give him a couple warm-up pitches, make sure that he's doing okay.
His first warm-up pitch was way wide of Anthony. Either the finger or the wrist, definitely the lower part of the arm.
This inning is exactly what the Warriors were needing. They pick up 3 hits and 3 walks in this inning to push across 3 runs. Still have the bases loaded. A lot can still happen in this inning for the Warriors.
Shaw swings at the first pitch. Time run on second. As Darren gets back in his groove. Delivers strike 2, excuse me. That one, look. With 2 outs, 0-2. That one driven over to Gavin at third. It gets through him. And each runner advances one plate. Baroni scores. It's a 6-5 ball game. The tying run on third and the game-leading run on second.
Warriors playing station to station with another single from Shaw that drives in the 5th run for the Warriors, and all of a sudden it's just a 1-run game.
Ruiz the pitcher. Ball number 1, and there's a chance if Ruiz can continue to pitch pretty deep into this game. If he can get on here safely, even with a single, there's a chance that the losses are admitted away from Liss and Ruiz might even have a chance of winning this game now.
Yeah, Ruiz definitely looking to help himself out here and get off of the ledger for the loss. Big at bat, but still the bases loaded in 2 outs.
That went inside.
Ruiz walking his last at bat, showing patience in this at bat.
And a wild pitch there, or a pass ball, you could call it. Either way, the runner slides in safe. All runners advance. And folks, it is a tie ball game. If you are just tuning in, the Flyers led 6-1 at one point, and the Warriors have put up 5 runs this inning, and they clearly aren't done yet. with 2 outs. All of this really coming with 2 outs. The rally caps are in full effect. Ruiz is walked, and the bases are loaded yet again. And Darren seems to be struggling after the comebacker hit him on his throwing arm. And his pitching day is done as Owen comes in relief for Darren.
Yeah, a tough outing for Darren. He enters in this inning with the bases loaded. He does record 2 outs, but unfortunately walks 3 and allows 2 hits. Just not the outing that he was looking for. He came in to try to stop the bleeding, and unfortunately he wasn't able to.
Keegan comes into play right. Danny shifts over to center. Remaining in left is Joey. Down in third. Tommy at short. Luke at second. And Jack at first with Anthony behind the plate. As the ever-long bottom of the fourth continues with 2 outs. This is the final batter before the batting order reaches its 3rd time through as the leadoff hitter Luke is on deck. And Liz's loss is gone now.
Yeah. He's got the bases loaded, 2 outs. He made the final out in the previous inning, looking to continue this inning and not be the final out again. Quick baseball question. Is it batting around once your 10th batter, bats that 2nd time in the order, or is it batting around once 9 have come to the plate? Does the 10th have to come to the plate, or is this batting around with the final batter coming to the plate in this inning?
This would be batting around as this is the final batter of the lineup, and he gets plunked. The Warriors triumph back to take the lead on a hit by pitch by Owen as List took one for the team. A bliss of a ball to List lands him on first, and look, gets the 3rd time of the order started with the bases loaded.
Yeah, I asked Josh because there's some that would argue that this is now officially
Diving play made by Tommy, moving from right to left, gets that final out, but the Warriors, with a 6-run inning, take the lead 7-6. You're watching 12U Travel Baseball with Sports Broadcast Solutions. Back in Wheeling, Illinois, you're watching 12U Travel Baseball with Sports Broadcast Solutions. I'm Josh Lill alongside my broadcast partner, Anthony Collada. A pitching change made for the Warriors as they take the lead as Baroni comes in.
Yeah, we were talking about it last inning. Ruiz on the hook. Actually, this was on the hook for the loss. Now Ruiz, all of a sudden, he's in the win column with the 6th spot in the previous half inning.
How the tables turn.
This will affect you guys, will it? And they get announced it. Will it affect you guys? And then they get announced it through the park?
1-2 the count. There was a pause in play for a public service announcement here at Heritage Park in Wheeling, Illinois. 2-2 the count as Baroni throws wide there to Danny. Danny 1 for 2, lined out to center and singled last time up.
Ball in the dirt. Maybe it got a piece of the catcher. Fournier looks like he's going to be coming out, and Look is going to come in from third base to catch. You never want to see that. You know, a ball bounces off the turf. It's got a little bit more spring sometimes, so it might have bounced up and got him in a spot where there's not that padding. Those could hurt sometimes.
Well, that, like you said, that's the price you pay when you play on AstroTurf. The dirt, and really obviously the grass in baseball, but the dirt really helps to slow the ball down. Here, it's coming at you if it comes off the turf.
Yeah, and a lot of times the ball will hit the turf and actually skip, so it'll actually pick up some speed sometimes. So that could have been the case there, that it just popped up, gained a little bit of speed, and just hit him at the wrong spot, and forces him out of this game.
Ruiz, lined up to be the winning pitcher, hops in at third. He said, Look, going back behind the plate to catch. He's got the leg armor on, now the chest armor. And Danny at the plate, 2-2 count. Warriors lead the Flyers 7-6. Here at Heritage Park in Wheeling, Illinois. Josh Anthony Colada on the call with Sports Broadcast Solutions. And here comes Look. Gets the mask on. He will take a practice pitch or two from Baroni just to get settled in again. As it's a change of pace nonetheless, Anthony.
Yeah, we had a break for the public service announcement. Now we've got a break for a catcher injury, but it looks like we're finally going to be able to get this fifth inning rolling.
Pay off to Danny. Full count.
This is exactly the kind of at-bat that you want to see leading off the top of the fifth inning after such a big inning from the Warriors. Work that pitch count for the Flyers.
That one grounded over to Shaw, collected by the first baseman, and Baroni cannot get there in time, nor was he able to get the glove on the ball for the throw. The advancement to first. On the play for Dave.
That's your PFPs right there. Pitchers fielding practice. Ground ball to the first baseman. He's got to make a good throw. He's got to lead Baroni towards the base. He threw that ball behind, so he was unable to keep that momentum going to even make it a close play at first base.
There's Keegan with a runner on. Baroni with a wild pitch, advancing is Danny.
Saw Baroni reach back for a little bit extra with the runner on first base, and it just soars on him right to the backstop to allow Danny into second base. A nice RBI situation for Keegan.
Flyers down one. That one a pass ball now, and Danny advances. It was preceded by a wild pitch. Not the ideal pitching situation here for the Warriors as the head coach comes out to talk with Baroni, and look, Danny on third. Any ball in play could break him home with no outs here.
Talk about the importance of getting the leadoff man on. And that is exactly what Danny did with the infield single. And just 2 pitches later, he's already standing on third base. That's exactly why it's so important to get the leadoff hitter on. You get him around, you got 2 outs, you got 3 outs really to play with. Flyers can now tie this one up.
Keegan with a hefty swing fouls it back, but like you mentioned, he knows what's on the line. Even fly out pretty deep into the outfield, maybe even shallow. Danny's got speed, he could bring him home. And obviously, he will be running on contact. No contact there as that is inside.
Yeah, you said it. Keegan does not need to look to do anything too special here. Just a fly ball out into the outfield, deep deep enough, will probably score Danny very easily. So just looking for contact. You're going to ground ball up the middle with the infielders playing back.
That one driven out to left center. Back at the wall goes the left fielder. Not able to get it in time. The cutoff throw. Keegan reaches second, and Danny scores. It's a tie ball game. Keegan with an RBI double there to knock the game at 7.
Yeah, nothing too special there. Just a nice line drive into the gap in the left center field. Stand-up double. That ties this one back up for the Flyers. So a very good response after allowing the 6th spot in the previous half inning.
All one to Anthony, the catcher. That was Liss out in left field. He was playing pretty deep as the outfielders are right now, nearing the warning track.
Yeah, outfielders playing deep with the turf out in the outfield as well. That ball's going to roll quicker, roll to the fence quicker. So a couple steps back to allow you to cut off that ball into the gap.
All of a sudden, the same situation for Anthony as it was Keegan. Any contact brings home the runners. Keegan is on third with no outs. The Flyers with a chance to jump back and take the lead. Nobody delivers. He gets under that to hold it back. Just gets enough contact.
Anthony doubled in his last at bat, but just like we talked about with Keegan, not looking to do anything too special. Ball in play will probably do the job, especially to the right side of the field with that second baseman in standard position.
Pitcher's count for Baroni. Outside, count even. Swing and a miss. A strikeout for Baroni. He gets Anthony down. Swinging. Up now is Darren.
Exactly what Baroni was looking for. No outs and a runner on third. Any ball in play is probably going to score that run. So a swinging strikeout for the first out.
And the swinging first pitch right there to Darren, who went yard last time, bringing home 3 RBIs to extend the lead to 6-1.
With it still just being the 5th inning, they're still playing standard defense, so the infield's not coming in to try to cut down this go-ahead run at third base. Still early for the Warriors.
And Darren with an interesting stance, not conventional, where he's completely horizontal with the plate, more or less faces the pitcher with his left foot wide, gives him a chance to really get into the pitch. As he does there, gets through the third baseman, Ruiz. The runner's home, that's Keegan, and advancing is Darren to second with an RBI double, and the Flyers have the lead again with an 8-7 ball game.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that one's going to go down in the book as a double. That was a fairly routine ground ball to the third baseman that Ruiz just was unable or unwilling to put his body in front of it to knock the ball down. So it gets in the left field, scores another run. Flyers retake the lead. As a third baseman on that play, you got to at least knock it down.
Drastic roller coaster emotion is flying through all players this game. It's a 6-1 lead. Was diminished to 7-6 deficit for the Flyers. And not before they regained the lead at 8-7. Anthony, this is reminiscent of the Illinois Slammers game that you announced on Thursday.
Yeah, lots of back and forth ball games with this Flyers team. That could be good, that could be bad. We see a lot of dogfighting going on with this team, so they're unwilling to give in when they get down early, but also unable to hold on to leads when they get them.
Back in the count. Still a hitter's count to Gavin. 2-1. Runner on second. Plenty of runners in scoring position for the Flyers today. That's a strike. The pickoff attempt gets away from Ruiz. Advancing home on the play is Darren. And a pickoff there. It was a good throw. It truly was by the catcher. But Ruiz doesn't get in front of it, like you said. Putting more of the glove in place instead of placing his body behind it to protect it from going past him. 9-7, the Flyers lead.
Yeah, well, look through that ball perfectly where you wanted it to. Ruiz was positioned perfectly to catch it. He was straddling the base. All he had to do was catch and put the glove down, but unfortunately unable to look it in, and it gets in the left for the run.
Gavin strikes out swinging. Following it back is Owen. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
You see it a lot in these 12U games that throwing to the bases could make or break your defense, especially on these pickoffs from either the pitcher or the catcher. When you're able to complete those throws, even if you don't record outs, if nothing else, you're not allowing any extra bases. When the ball gets to the outfield, now you're letting up 3 bases and 3 runs.
Owen fouls that one away. Pitchers count for Baroni 1-2. 1 strike away from getting out of the top of the 5th. The Warriors not out of it. I mean, overcoming a 5-run deficit back in the bottom of the 4th. Surely a 2-run deficit, maybe even a 3-run deficit is doable for them to come back. As a line out to right is made on the play. Hugh coming in to make the catch. That is the end of the top of the 5th. The Flyers now lead the Warriors 9-7. You are watching 12U Travel Baseball with Sports Broadcast Solutions. Bottom of the 5th, as Top swings and misses for strike 1 to Owen. And the Flyers jumped out and regained the lead 9-7, putting up 3 runs in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, more back and forth in this one. We saw the Warriors get back with a 6th spot in their half of the 4th, and then the Flyers come back with a 2 spot of their own in the top of the 5th. Get right back in the lead.
Beautiful breaking ball by Owen. Curves inside to catch the plate. Pitchers counting 1-2. Swing and a miss for Owen. Top goes down. Out number 1. And that's what the Flyers want, is a quick first out, getting some momentum for Owen.
Yeah, you know, your offense is putting up runs, so you can afford to play in these 9-7 games, but eventually you want your pitching to record outs and not allow any more runs.
Owen goes inside again with an off-speed pitch. Same result. Strike one looking. Fouled away.
We're seeing a pitcher in a groove and on a mission right now. Owen just throwing strikes, peppering the zone. We got the lead. He's looking. He does not want to give it up.
That breaking ball lost complete control of it. Sailed over the head of Fournier. Fournier, all he had to do was duck to avoid getting hit.
Yeah, sometimes that happens. You just don't get the quite right grip, or it just kind of pops out of your hand.
The comebacker Owen can't get it, making the play is Luke in time over to Jacket first for out number 2.
Got the strikeout on the first batter from Owen in the inning. Now the lazy, nice easy ground ball to second base. This is exactly what you want from your pitcher on the mound after retaking the lead.
Massel with a short chopper. Owen's throw gets to Jack in time. A 1-2-3 inning for Owen and the Flyers. They beat 9-7. You're watching 12U Travel Baseball on Sports Broadcast Solutions. Back at Heritage Park in Wheeling, Illinois, Josh Hill and Anthony Coletta on the call with Sports Broadcast Solutions. You're watching 12U Travel Baseball. As the Schaumburg Flyers beat the Chicago Warriors 9-7 in the top of the 6th. The Flyers led 6-1, then trailed 7-6 and took the lead 9-7. A back and forth game with much emotion in each player and coach as Baroni delivers. Ball one.
Yeah, after retaking the lead in the top half of the 5th inning, now the Flyers bring up 9-10 and 1 in the 6th inning, looking to play some add-on, as you don't feel that this 2-run lead is going to be safe in this one.
Swing this by Joey. It's up, evening the count at 1-1. Joey's fastball, that is grounded just foul. That stays fair. That's easily a double for Joey. But the count will reset here at 1-2.
Joey, another one of those Flyers batters in Thursday's game that picked up multiple hits, hitting a double and a single and driving in at least an RBI. Looking to stay hot.
Swing and a miss by Joey. Swinging in air there. Baroni didn't even try to put that in the strike zone. And Joey, was chasing
Well, that's exactly what you want to do with 2 strikes. You don't have 2 balls. There's no need to force yourself to go into the zone when you have some pitches to work with. So he goes out of the zone and gets the swing and miss.
Jack drives that out to center. Making the play is Massel sliding and brings in out number 2. Had to make some adjustments as he was near the warning track. He's able to make the difficult play, sliding in the process of it. Out number 2 is made.
Yeah, I don't know if you quite needed to do the sliding dive out there in center field, but able to haul it in nonetheless and for 2 outs.
And he gets bonus points for that, Anthony.
Look good, play good, right? Hey.
As the 4th time through the order begins for the Flyers, Tommy grounds that over to short. And the throw, not in time to first. The play was a look. And outstretched was Dorokovich. Tommy just beat him out with speed. Tommy has been able to show that speed in the games that we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, just in this one alone, we've seen that's the second infield single that we've seen him leg out. We've seen him steal second a couple of times already, so really displaying this speed at the top of the Flyers line at this time.
Tommy's taking, and the pickoff on target, not in time.
Now, I know that throw wasn't going to be in time anyways, but I really like that play by Look. Despite his middle infielders not being where they need to be on the base, he put that throw exactly where it needed to be. That is on your fielders to be there. And they weren't, but Look still makes a good throw.
Luke follows that one back on top of the building here in the center of the complex. And he gathers himself. Tommy's going to third. Luke follows it back.
That's back-to-back pitches that Tommy's taken off for third. At this point, with 2 outs and 2 strikes on the batter, the Warriors are probably okay with just seceding to that bag if they can get Luke.
Now Luke with a short blooper at the shortstop. Look, backtracking, makes the catch out number 3. The Warriors still trail the Flyers. We head to the bottom of the 6th. You're watching 12U Travel Baseball with Sports Broadcast Solutions. Back with Sports Broadcast Solutions, I'm Josh Lowe alongside my broadcast partner Anthony Collada. The Schaumburg Flyers beat the Chicago Warriors 9-7 in the bottom of the 6th as Brony, the leadoff man, floats that to Luke at center and a first pitch out number 1 for Owen in the Schaumburg Flyers.
Nice lazy fly ball over there to Luke at second base. 1 out for Owen as he comes back out of the mound. He entered 2 innings ago, so he's into his 3rd inning of work.
Dorokovich swings and misses with that changeup. Owen had him licking his chops there.
Yeah, big cut there from Djokovic. He's gone down swinging in both of his at-bats, looking to try to get some contact early as to avoid the hat trick.
And more or less be a hat trick for Owen. For Djokovic, not the best of days, if that would be the case. Fouls that back.
You could tell a very late swing from Djokovic. In on the hands, late swing, sprays it out to the right. I would go fastball here. Don't speed up his bat.
Does so there. Swing and a miss for Djokovic. Three swinging strikeouts. It's a little bit of a tongue twister there, Anthony. On the day for Djokovic. And quick 2 outs there for Owen.
Yeah, a pitch like that's going to leave Djokovic just shaking his head on the walk back to the dugout. A beautiful off-speed pitch. He decided to go with the off-speed instead of the fastball. Got a swing and miss and out of the zone.
Here's Look. This Look catching. He fouls that way back.
Yeah, the Look brothers. Got one Look who leads off and plays in the infield. We got this Look who started the game out in left and came in to catch. So showing the versatility as he lines one down the right field line.
That gets by Jack. He's rounding second. Look going for third. He's digging. And Keegan's relay throw to Tommy hits and dive before an inside the park home run was even thought of. Yeah, I had to know Luke was definitely thinking about it. But a great throw by Keegan from way in the corner over to Tommy. Able to prevent that.
Yeah, you get that ball down to the right field corner, and you're automatically thinking four.
Rounded over to Gavin at third. In time to Jack. Out number 3 ends the 6th inning. The top of the 7th is not too far away as the Flyers lead 9-7. You're watching 12U Travel Baseball with Sports Broadcast Solutions. With the tournament time limit as the next game is set to commence at 10 a.m. for the Flyers, 6 innings was all that was needed, and the Schaumburg Flyers complete their comeback over the Chicago Warriors and win 9-7 after leading 6-1, trailing 7-6. They get 3 runs more, and that's all they would need, Anthony.
Yeah, very fun back and forth game in this one. Flyers jumped out to an early lead. They surrendered it, allowed the Warriors back into it, but ultimately pushed enough across late in the game to steal the first win of this tournament, and that's a big win. You get up 1-0 in this tournament. Now you're in the driver's seat. You control your own destiny. You continue to win these games. You continue to put yourself in the higher seed. Now you're looking at a tournament win here and then, rather than just you're here to participate.
Well, Schaumburg picks up win number 20 on the season. Their record improves to 27-1, and in the month of June, 2-3, they defeat the Chicago Warriors in 9-7. Their next game, about to commence in less than 20 minutes. We'll have that for you on Sports Broadcast Solutions. This has been Josh Lill and Anthony Collada. Thank you for tuning in. Game 1.
We are live in Wheeling, Illinois for Game 2 of this tournament for the Schaumburg Flyers as they take on the top-tier Nationals. As the leadoff hitter for the Flyers, or for the Nationals, excuse me, Champion fouls off the first pitch and drives that one foul for 0-2. The pitcher for the Flyers in this one is number 27, Danny. Used to playing on the infield, finds himself starting in this one.
Well, after all the pitchers that the Flyers went through, everyone has to step up. That's a swing and a miss, and he is out. Champion is out, first out of the inning.
Yep. That'll bring up Franzak, the center fielder, with one out in this top of the first inning. As he takes a called strike one, a good start for Danny.
Danny, showing up the first batter, another strike here, clearly locked in.
Fires the 0-1 outside. Ball one. 1-1 the count. With one out to the number 2 hitter, the Nationals line. Batter steps out for time. The 1-1 delivery from Danny. That one's lined down the right field line, but foul. Just out of the reach of Keegan down there at first base.
Where's they going to swing on that one? Unfortunately, it's a foul. He was definitely damaged there.
We talked to the Flyers before the game. They're low on pitching. So what does that mean for the rest of this game?
That means that the pitcher has to be pretty perfect here, as Danny lobs the ball in to Keegan for the second out of the inning. But a lot of pitchers, a lot of pitching problems in that first game from the Flyers. They went through 3 or 4 different pitchers. Pitchers getting hit in the fingertips, people getting hit, ball. So as a pitcher, it doesn't leave a ton of room for error. You have to place your pitches and try to make the best out of what you have left in terms of pitches.
As Danny fires in the first pitch to the pitcher Mateda for ball 1. Outs from Danny as he delivers. Ball 2 down and away. We saw a big strike zone in game 1. We'll see how the umpire does in this one.
You can see how he's going to hold the strike zone. Is the batter going to have the advantage or the pitcher? In the last game, it was the batter. I would be surprised if the umpire tightened up though, and the pitcher at the end didn't see 50 balls. And not to see the balance of the game, we have 2 great teams. The Schaumburg Flyers and the top-tier Nationals. Schaumburg coached 10 point game. This will be the most competitive of the 2 matches.
As Danny fires in the 3-0, in there for a strike. 3-1 now with 2 outs. Mateda, the number 3 batter, with 2 outs. What's he looking to do?
He's looking, as strike 2 is called, on this full count, he's looking to try to get on base. 2 outs in the beginning. Try to get on base. Get the next batter up to use again.
3-2 delivery is skipped in there for ball 4, and that's going to be a 2-out walk to bring up the 4-hitter Foxclover.
Not the best pitch there from Danny. Kind of skid out of his hand. I think he wanted to release it as soon as he did. A little bit in the release, and the batter is blocked.
And that is Franzak, the last out, taking over for Mateda over at first base as he is the pitcher of record. So he's going to get off the bases, get off his feet for a second before he goes out onto the mound for his first inning of work. The delivery is down low as Franzak steals second with ease. The throw down in the zone allowed the runner in.
That was a very close call there. Franzak put his speed on because it was a beat catcher.
Now Foxclover up with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position as he takes ball 2 over the catcher's head that allows Franzak into third base.
Franzak stole bases back-to-back here already in scoring position despite the 2 outs. That walk is coming back to bite Danny.
The 2-0 is in there for a strike. Caught the bottom outside corner of the plate, Xander.
That was a very high pitch.
2-1 misses well high and inside. 3-1 to the cleanoff batter.
Danny is throwing some pretty high and low pitches here.
Needing a strike, he fires the 3-1. It's lined to second base for the final out of the inning. 1 walk in the inning. We'll be right back for the bottom of the first with Sports Broadcast Solutions. And we are back in Wheeling, Illinois. After a scoreless top of the first inning from the Nationals, the Flyers come off the bat with Tommy leading off. Mateta, still a pitcher, fires in strike 1 to Tommy. Tommy, we saw in the last game with a lot of speed. How is he going to look to try to utilize that in this one?
He's looking to try to just hit the ball and just take off from the base. He's completely hitting sprints in the gym.
And a curveball is in there for a strike. A very nice pitch, starting it at the batter.
But Mateo showing some very nice curveballs here. Some elite pitching from top tier Nationals.
Tommy keeps his hands back, but lines that one out to the second baseman, Height, for the first out.
More elite pitching by Mateo here. Getting Tommy out, the second baseman. Let's see how Schaumburg adjusts.
Darren steps in, the number 2 batter, moved up in the lineup after last game. He went yard.
Always important to make lineup adjustments after the first game in first settings. Tournaments are all about adapting the circumstances at hand. And against a great team like top tier Nationals, I didn't think coming in.
The 1-1 misses high and outside. Ball 2. Patient at bat from the 2-hitter Darren. 1 out.
He's showing Mateta a different look here, being more patient than the leadoff man, Tommy.
An off-speed pitch there with 2-1 moves it to 3-1. Darren in a hitter's count. And he's drilled in the hip with a pitch. That one might hurt as he stares down the pitcher. Looks like they have a little bit of laugh. They might be friends.
Exactly. Playing against your friends is always a luxury win here to win games. It's not fun to see someone get hit.
Probably no ill will I would say, on that one. Just a fastball that got away from him and drills Darren in the hip.
Yeah, just slipped from his hands. A lot of speed on that one. Mateo released it a little too early. Getting drilled and moves first.
That'll bring up Danny, the pitcher for the Flyers. Take strike one, looking to put his team on the board early in this first inning to help himself out. Aaron takes off from second, the ball's low, and no throw from the catcher Vanderploeg as he drops it. Darren steals second with ease.
Darren had the speed there. Catcher did not have the glove in his hand. I mean the ball in his hands.
Mateo misses outside with the 1-1. 2-1, runner on second. Danny in a great RBI situation. As as Darren takes off for third and steals third very easily. Could have been in there standing.
A very easy steal for Darren. As catcher, a little slow.
Called strike moves it to 2-2. So ball grounded foul down the first base line. 2 strikes with the runner on third and less than 1 out. What does Danny need to do?
Danny needs to just hit the ball and try to get the runner at home. Taking an early lead in this game, that would be nice for the Flyers.
The 2-2 is swung on and missed down in the strike zone for the second out. A big strikeout from Mateo.
Not what Danny was hoping for on that pitch. He thought he had it, but Mateo beat him there, showing some elite top 2 pitching.
See what you did there with the team name. As that brings in the cleanup hitter, the big lefty Keegan, as he takes strike 1.
In his last game on Thursday, Keegan hit a big home run, looking to capitalize. We've seen some balls come on the fence in the last game. Maybe lose another one?
As that one's grounded to the shortstop. Almazan picks it up and fires on the first for the final out of the inning. The Flyers don't score as we head to the top of the second on Sports Broadcast Solutions. We are back at the top of the second inning with Pedrosa, the number 5 batter in the Nationals order, leading it off.
Both sides are showing some great defense here. This might be a defensive battle here. The question is, which offense is going to break through first?
Danny still on the mound, fires in a ball, 1-0 the count. We've seen Danny living in the bottom of the strike zone.
Danny trying to get the bottom corners. That was snapped for a foul. But Danny is probably kind of the outer edge of the strike zone. He's eventually going to have to go up with the top as the batter adjusts.
The 1-1 is skipped in there, well short of the plate. Anthony, no chance behind the dish. He scooped that one 2-1.
He was lucky no one was on base.
2-1 from Dan. Swung on a big cut by Pedrosa's miss. Now it's 2-2.
Pedrosa thought he had that one, but Danny, he didn't do it.
And that one is also swung on and missed by Pedrosa. And Danny wraps up his second strikeout.
And he feeling it here with the 7 strikeout early. Let's see if we can get this game.
That'll bring up the shortstop El Mazin. Made a nice play to record the final out of the bottom of the first inning. After taking strike one, Danny bounces in another one well short. That one bounced right up to Anthony's face.
That was a little short.
Almazin crunched over in his stance, takes ball 2. That one also in the dirt.
Back-to-back short balls for Danny. He might be a little tired out here. They just played a very competitive game. Let's see if that takes a toll on their play. As that one is hit up, as Danny, the catcher, makes the easy play for out number 2.
Pop up on the infield from Almazin. Danny takes control himself to record the second out, and that'll bring up Vanderpool, the catcher. Danny fires in another strike that catches the outside corner, 0-1.
Danny favoring an outside corner here very early in this game.
We can see an adjustment from Vanderpool standing almost on the line of that right-handed batter's box to make sure that he can get to that outside corner.
He's trying to that corner, trying to get down Danny's pitching tendencies here. I want to see Danny kind of go up or to the other side corner.
As he misses even farther away outside. As you get batters that continue to stand closer and closer to the plate to try that outside corner, do you even think about trying to go inside, Zandy?
I would say still go inside, as that one is hit back to the outfielder, as the batter will stop first.
Well, he went inside with that one, Xander. But he put a good swing on that, singled it in the left field. And now that's going to bring up the right fielder Height with 2 outs and a runner on first. Vanderpool, the catcher, will be courtesy ran for him. That's Almazin.
Vanderpool beat Danny to the punch there. Just a simple play of batter being hit.
After the pickoff attempt, first pitch to Height is bounced in there for a ball. Lots of bounced pitches early from Danny.
That's not a good sign for Danny. Showing a little bit of tiredness here after that first game. The catcher fires it back, but Vanderpool is safe in second.
That's Almazin, the previous out, running for Vanderpool over there. He's able to take second easily with the ball down in the dirt. Anthony was able to pick it, but unable to make a throw in time.
Almazin throws a courtesy runner to the catcher.
Height steps back in after the pickoff attempt and takes ball 3 down in the dirt as Almazin takes third base as well as that one bounces to the backstop. And now there's a runner on third and 2 outs.
Almazin is doing a good job taking what the pitcher's giving him. Danny's missing a lot of these pitches here, not even close to the catcher's glove. So I think Almazin gets already home to third.
And the 3-0 misses down again, and that is a 4-pitch walk with 2 outs. And now there's runners on the corners.
Not the best start in the second for Danny.
And that's going to bring the coach out to the mound. What do you think he's telling him right here in this situation?
I think he's telling him to just kind of get back into the group of things, Don't worry about the familiar pitches. Just focus on the batter and try to go back to the that first inning. He had a great first inning. And he got a force to lose his pitcher to him against Bethesda.
For the first pitch to Jaffrey, we get a pickoff attempt at height at first base. And he fires in a strike at the top of the zone, 0-1. A good comeback pitch after 4 straight balls to walk. Height.
The batter, Jaffrey, on the swing of that one, as the last minute, he had the strike.
It's an off-speed pitch, misses well up in the zone, 1-1 now. Also up in the zone, 2-1, runners in the corners, and a scoreless game in the second inning. As that one also misses down in the zone. Danny really struggling to find the strike zone in just this second inning.
He is. I think he's probably a little tired from that first game. So back to you. You're going to wear a team out as that one is up again, up in the strike zone, and Jaffrey's walked. And we have a base throw situation here in the second.
After recording the first 2 outs in the inning, a single by Vanderplug and back-to-back walks as the bases loaded and 2 outs for Barnes up at the plate. As he takes ball well high, 1-0.
These balls by Danny are not even being any close to the strike zone. They're going way up or way down. There's like no in between.
That one just misses. That's a strike that you really need when you're struggling to find the zone.
You have to kind of go out for those strikes as a pitcher and just build on them. Think about the pitch you threw, not the bat. Because that was, again, way high.
And now in jeopardy of walking his 3rd batter in a row, falling behind 3-0, you can see some frustration mounting from Danny.
That is not what you want to do. The base is loaded. And I think these runners are ready for the Flyers.
His Barnes forces him to throw a strike on 3-0, and he does. Now 3-1, hitters count. Barnes takes strike 2. He didn't like it, but Danny got the benefit of the call.
That was very close. That was going to be a ball, but getting on strike here for a big pitch.
Full count delivery is lined down the line, but foul. Soft liner from Barnes as he stays alive.
I'm interested to see how Barnes responds to this next pitch.
Runners will be running with the full count. The action pitch swung on, fouled back, not a play. Heads up over there on the other field.
That went into the other field. If that one had struck on front, that would have been gone.
3-2 once again. That one's lined into center field, and that's going to score 1. Another run comes around. Darren fires home, and now they've got the runner at second. Halfway to third, but he retreats back to second, and an RBI single puts the Nationals on the board for the first run of the game.
That was a good hit by Barnes, but also couldn't find the out position of the Flyers. Only limit 1 run there.
They'll bring up Finnegan, wearing the off-colored white jersey with the rest of his team wearing the blue.
I wonder why.
1-0. That one misses outside. 2-0 to the final batter in the Nationals order with 2 outs, and still the base is loaded. Danny really in desperate need of an out. As he fires in another one that misses, ball 3.
He's trying to hit that right corner of the strike zone still. I'd say go something else at this point.
That one's taken for strike 1. We've seen Danny fall behind several times 3-0, but always managed to get at least 1 strike to try to battle back in these times.
That's good. He's showing a lot of his leads here as another swing and miss. I was strike two.
Yeah, that one tipped into the catcher's glove. And now we see another full count with 2 outs and the bases loaded. That one also misses down and away, and Danny's going to walk in the second run in the top of the second inning for the Nationals.
As Heinck is locked in there for a 2-0 lead for the top tier Nationals, as Danny is done pitching for the ninth.
Flyers coach has seen enough of Danny on the mound after 3 walks and 2 singles, all coming with 2 outs. It gave the Nationals a 2-0 lead. So in comes Joey to pitch. So it looks like Danny's probably going to kick out to third base.
Joey, a fresh pitcher here for the Flyers. We can do some major damage. He is throwing up fastballs. He looks like he's got a pretty fast speed.
So walk me through Danny's outing after the good first inning, only walked 1. He really ran into trouble. What happened in the second inning?
I think he was feeling the pressure of the pitcher's duel between him and Mateo. Big defensive first innings for the pitchers here. And Danny got practicing for the pressure. Tried to go high, and I did not work out for him.
In a tough spot for Joey. 2 outs, bases loaded, and the leadoff hitter champion due up for the Nationals. That first pitch misses down in the zone. 1-0. Champion, the center fielder. Swings, lines that one, grounds it to the third baseman. He takes it to the bag himself for the final out. The Nationals score 2. We head to the bottom of the second on Sports Broadcast Solutions.
They just have to hit the ball and get points on the board. Simple as that. Don't do anything crazy. Just try to get the points on the board as soon as possible.
Just 1 hit by the pitch from Mateta in the first inning as he delivers ball 1 to begin the second inning.
Mateo is showing his dominance with pitchers. He already making retired from the pitchers here. I don't think the same with Joey on these Flyers batters. That one goes over our heads for a foul.
The 1-1 to Anthony. Nice off-speed pitch, but Anthony does not offer 2-1 now. What is the importance of the off-speed pitch in even being behind in the count? What does that do for a hitter, having to focus on the off-speed pitches, not only in hitters' counts?
It's very important if the hitter another pitch to think about here, and gives the pitcher a chance to use another pitch as Mateo walks the catcher.
Back-to-back walks there, or back-to-back balls there, excuse me. Leads to the leadoff walk from Anthony, and that brings up the second baseman, Luke. Luke in this morning's game singled twice and walked, so on base in all three of his at-bats.
And I'm sure I really want to keep that streak going as Mateo with a double and a double play by the top two nationals showing some great team chemistry, great communication. Mateo going right back to the second baseman who makes the sweet throw to first. 2 outs already.
Yeah, one swing of the bat, and all of a sudden there are 2 outs, and Gavin now up at the plate in the bottom of the second as he drives one into center field. The center fielder back at the wall, and it is caught right in front of the wall for the third out. No runs in the bottom of the second as we head to the top of the third. 2-0 Nationals on Sports Broadcast Solutions. We are back in Wheeling, Illinois for the top of the third inning. The top-tier Nationals lead the Schaumburg Flyers 2-0 in this 12U matchup. Early lead for the Nationals, Xander. What do they need to do in this top of the third to play at them?
Just make the simple play. Just make the simple play. Try to keep the lead. And let the defense hold the lead. Defense has been great. A great double play to end the last inning.
After the foul ball, that one is in there for strike 2. 0-2 from Joey right away. The leadoff man, Franz. That ball's grounded back to Joey on the mound. Flips over to first to Keegan for the first out of the inning.
A great routine play by Joey. Snatches the ball. Great throw to Keegan. First out of the inning. The Schaumburg defense got backing down.
That'll bring up the pitcher, Mateo, who walked in his last at bat. The number 3 batter in the Nationals order fouls that one back and out of play for the first strike. Mateo, the pitcher, the 3 batter, very important to this top tier Nationals.
Exactly. When you're third at batting and a pitcher, you're trying to play both sides of the diamond.
As Mateo takes ball 1, 1-1 with 1 out.
And I like that Mateo is showing some different skill sets here. He can pitch pretty well, and he clearly hit it. Those are both foul balls, but either way, he is very instrumental and a core piece of this top 3 national lineup.
One, two from Joe. That ball's lined into center field. Owen over to the wall and caught for the second out. A nice play by the center fielder.
That was a great hustle play by Owen. Ran not at full speed, just the right amount of patience to get in position and make the catch at the right time.
Joey thanking his outfielder as he delivers with 2 outs. The first pitch is in there for a strike, catching that outside corner again.
Both pitches for the Flyers carrying the outside corner. I think those pitches are a little faster than Danny, and since he is fresh, he carries that corner more often. And another receiver.
That one's fouled back. Now 2 strikes to the cleanup hitter, Fox Glover. With nobody out, you're looking to slug.
Shoot it as far as you can. Leave the water behind us.
That one swung on, lined out to right. Jack over, and it's going to fall just foul.
Fox Glover looking to take it off there. I think that ball was going to be fair. Unfortunately, it's a foul, and he will reset at base.
Fox Glover lined out to the second baseman in the first inning for the final out, looking to not be the final out in this inning as well. As he takes straight 3, called on the outside for the third out. No runs in the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third with Sports Broadcast Solutions. We are back at the bottom of the third. The Flyers trail 2-0 with Owen due up. 8, 9, 10 due up for the Flyers.
That was some great pitching by Joey in the last inning. Quick at bat for the Nationals here, giving the Flyers a chance to come into this lead.
As the off-speed pitch misses to Owen, 1-0. Kata in his third inning of work. Flyers in and Owen fouls that one.
The Fans doing very well this game, giving up 0 runs going into the third. And when runners are getting on base, they aren't really going anywhere.
The Flyers, Owen fouls another one off. 2 strikes now on the Flyers center fielder.
Owen is snapping his balls hard. They're going way over the net into the crowd.
He swings, drives that one into the gap in right center field. The center fielder Francis over to pick it up and keeps Owen at first base for a leadoff single.
Owen with great hit position there. Francis had to walk across his zone to get it. Giving Francis the time to get on first.
And bring up the Flyers pitcher Joey. He takes ball 1 down and away. Leadoff batter on for the Flyers in this third inning. As Owen takes off for second, the called strike, and he's thrown out at second base. A great play by the catcher Vanderpool to nail Owen at second base.
Vanderpool with a great throw to Owen. Owen was a little short. Right there by Vanderpool to the second baseman for nice defensive play. A lot of good defensive plays by the Nationals because of their in sync, communicating well as a defense and unit as a whole. And when you communicate well, that can translate as easier to translate to wins.
Now with one out, the 1-1 from Mateo. This is just up. 2-1. Joey fouls that one back off the top of the fence, back into play. That'll be 2 strikes. Mateo really rolling through this one.
He is in a groove right now, pitching very well, not being discouraged on the balls he's throwing, just staying mentally focusing on the task at hand.
Only 1 base runner allowed in each of the first 3 innings from Mateo, but a double play and the caught stealing last. He's only 1 over the minimum as he strikes out Joey for the second out.
A great pitch by Mateo over the top and just beats Joey cleanly. Clean miss. As second baseman before the toss to Mateo to give him some advice at this next at bat.
That'll bring up the right fielder, the left-handed hitting Jack.
I'm interested to see how Mateo responds to this left-handed hitter here.
Goes about it just like he did the rest of the Flyers lineup with strike 1.
Responded very well to pitch to the opposite strike, the opposite side of the strike zone.
Sets back up out there. An off-speed pitch gets Jack way out in front for strike 2.
Pitched almost the exact same spot. Great pitching by Mateo. And the lefty, able to respond in time.
The 0-2 is swung on and tipped. The check swing just barely tips it, and the catcher's unable to hold on.
Barely. But Mateo clearly still has the defensive edge over Jack.
The 0-2 again. That one swung on and missed by Jack, and that'll be the third out. We head to the top of the 4th in this 12-view matchup on Sports Broadcast Solutions. We head to the top of the 4th in this 2-0 game in favor of the Nationals with the number 5 batter Pedrosa due up for the Nationals. He struck out in his first at-bat.
He's going to bounce back here.
That ball's lined into right field for a leadoff single. The ball's in the first, but not in time. Good try by Jack, but Pedrosa's in there for a leadoff single.
Kind of a late short throw from Jack. Tegan had to bend over to get it, and that gave the runner time to get to first.
That'll bring up the shortstop, Almazan. Check on Pedrosa at first.
Not a whole lot of steals in this game, but maybe that's because the Flyers are not getting on base the whole time.
Joey fires that one. It's popped in the left. Shortstop back. Tommy unable to bring it in. It's off of his glove, but they do get the runner Pedrosa out at second.
Tommy with the unforced error there, but a great throw. Rifled that one right to the second baseman for the easy out. Great recovery.
That was kind of in that Bermuda Triangle, a tough place for the infielders to catch that pop up. As Joey checks on the runner at first, that runner now Vanderploeg. Excuse me, Vanderploeg up to bat. That is Almazen over at first base. Catcher Vanderploeg takes strike one in there from Joey.
Joey showing some great pitching here. He's messed up on a few times, on a few pitches, excuse me, but his defense has able to help him out. As he runs a pitch here,
As that pickoff attempt is thrown away down the right field line, and Almazen is going to get 2 bases out of it as he moves over to third base with 1 out.
that's a major unforced error by Keegan, and Almazen take advantage, strolling right to third.
We've seen some pickoff attempts go awry, and that one does as well. Now, with just 1 out, Vanderploeg in a good RBI situation. As Joey fires in a nice strike there. 0-2.
A lot of Joey's pitches go into the bottom of the strike zone here, right on that line.
Now it's up on the infield. Keegan back a step, settles under it for the second out of the inning. A very nice comeback.
That was a great way for Keegan to beat himself by that unforced error. Made the simple play. That's how you win baseball.
That'll bring up Height. Still a runner on third, but now 2 outs, needing a single to drive in a run. That one's in there for a strike.
I forgot to swing on that one. Maybe that was a ball.
I've seen the umpire being pretty generous with that low and away corner to the right-handed batters. As Joey goes back there and misses ball 1.
Joey is seeing here's what the ump's giving him here. A big strike zone toward lower half of the plate.
Extra pause from Joey. As he misses high with that one, 2-1, a hitter's count with 2 outs.
And I think that pause caused him to miss that pitch. He had the form, but stopped for a second.
That's an ugly pass of that one from Height, as that is now 2 strikes on him.
I was going to have a short-handed swing from high and Joey speaking to them in the corner.
2-2 with 2 outs. Joey fires that one and it's popped straight back and out of play. And we'll do it again. As Height fouls another one back. Good battle going on here.
Exactly. That one hit toward the bottom of Hype's bat, and that one was kind of fouled back. We'll see what pitch Joey throws next. I think it's going to be another deep pitch into the bottom of the strike zone.
As that one check swing, it's off the base at first, and it bounces into right field, and that's going to be an RBI for Height. As Almazen comes in to score, it's now 3-0 Nationals.
There was nothing he could do about that. Those that plays a completed defense, a play that doesn't go your way, there's nothing you can do about it. Looks like the bounces can swing a ball game. As the score is now, Nationals 3, Flyers 0.
As the first pitch to Jaffrey misses for ball 1. Joey in search of that final out. As Jaffrey fouls that one out of play, 1-1 now.
Jackson took a big hat at that ball, but Joey would force him to foul.
Height the runner at first. 1-1 to Jaffrey. In there, right down the middle for strike 2.
I think Jackson just swung at that one. He was a little late to swing.
As that one's in there for strike 3. Runner at second does not matter, as that is the third out of the inning. The Nationals push one more across to take a 3-0 lead. This 12U matchup with Sports Broadcast Solutions. We are back with the bottom of the 4th inning, as the Flyers have only extended through their lineup one extra guy. So now Tommy leading off this home half of the 4th as he takes ball 1, just his second at bat in this one.
Flyers shows that Matea's pitching very well, not allowing the Flyers to get extra chances at bat to put books on the board.
As Matea fires that one inside, and Tommy's just able to slide out of the way for ball 2.
And as a pitcher, maybe sometimes you take that hit to get on base. When a pitcher like Matea, maybe take the hit.
Duo is also inside, but that went in for a strike. The off-speed pitch tied Tommy up.
That was a great opportunity by Matea. Very low into the strike zone, right in the border, inside of Tommy's swing.
Matea fires that one way out into the left-handed batter's box for ball 3. 3-1 now.
Pitchers counts.
Another pitch inside on the hands, and Tommy takes ball 4. The leadoff hitter is on, and we know how much speed that Tommy possesses over there at first base.
Tommy trying to steal second here, as Matea makes that first error at pitch. But the question is, will he give Tommy a chance to steal second?
For the 3rd inning in a row, the Flyers have the leadoff man on. Now, can they do anything with it? As that one's driven to the left by Darren, and it is down for a fair ball. Tommy is going to be rounding 3rd, and he's on his way home. The throw home way off, and Tommy scores, and Darren is into 3rd with a RBI double.
That was a perfect hit by Darren. Right into the corner. Bounced off out of the field, past the fence, but still a fair ball. Perfect hit by Darren. Tommy to score, and Darren advanced to 3rd. And just like that, we have a big momentum shifter here.
Like you said, just like that, a leadoff walk and a double. And now the Flyers are on the board, only trailing 3-1 with a runner on first and still, or a runner on 3rd, excuse me, and still no outs.
And that's what this game of baseball is so great. Anything can happen. Let's you get 3-0, one momentum play, and the end of the game can totally change. Let's see how Matea responds to the plate.
As Danny grounds that one to 3rd, Darren's going to score the throw on the first, and they get him for the first out, but they trade it for the run, and now it is just a one-run game for the Flyers.
And that's the trade the Flyers will make. Darren crossing home, and the score is now 3-2. Flyers cutting the lead.
That's kind of a win-win there for both teams. The Flyers get the RBI ground out, but the Nationals, they still hold the lead and record the second out.
Do you think that Mateo's been a little tired on the mound?
Well, he is in his fourth inning of work, so it's definitely possible to see that. But we see him still battling to Keegan. The off-speed pitch is in there for a strike. Had Keegan off balance.
He's still got frustration swing there. He knows that this pitcher is, but he has to beat him with his punch.
1-1 misses well high for ball two. Reared back for a little extra on that.
Over his head, he could possibly still in first, but there's a good chance he could have gotten tagged down. There's only so much the hitter can make up on the ball.
So it's inside to the power hitting lefty. Now 3-1. He's looking for his pitch in his zone.
He's looking for the right pitch to swing at to try to take the lead.
So it's in there for a strike. You can tell Keegan wanted it, but couldn't pull the trigger.
He wanted that pitch so bad, but Mateo beat the punch, and he, of course, has to take it for strike.
Now a full count. He misses outside and he walks him. So now 2 walks in the inning. And that'll bring up Anthony.
And I wouldn't be surprised if the Nationals coach sat him on the mound to have a talk with Mateo.
Catcher Anthony walked in his last at bat and he gets drilled in the middle of the back. But he takes his base quick and easy, no pain.
I think that Mateo was trying to rifle that one inside of Anthony's swing, right on the border of the strike zone there, where Court said that pitch hit Anthony. A very routine pitch by Mateo results in 2 men on base for Flyers.
After the RBI double and RBI ground out, that made it 3-2. A walk and a single with 1 out brings up Luke. Mateo fires in a strike. Luke did not like it.
Who's definitely a shorter hitter here, maybe Mateo. A little more responsible from the strike zone.
As Luke takes a ball down and away, Luke grounded into a double play in the second inning, looking for some better fortune on this one. Takeda comes set for the 1-1. Fires a fastball inside and it is yanked foul by Luke.
He was looking for that one's position hit right to the corner of the outfield, but it was close foul.
With 2 strikes, do you think you see an off-speed pitch from Mateo, or do you just go right at him with the fastball, Xander?
I think so. I think he's trying to catch him off guard here.
And there's the off-speed pitch as it's grounded to Finnegan at short. He makes the running play and he's safe. Safe at first as we hustled that out for the infield single.
As I predicted, Mateo with the off-speed pitch, but unfortunately Luke due to the punch was expecting it. Great anticipation by Luke, and now the bases are loaded for the Flyers here, looking to keep the men going and take the lead.
Before Gavin steps up with the bases loaded, Vanderplug is going to go out and have a word with his pitcher Mateo before this big situation.
He's probably giving Mateo some tips on what pitch to throw against a great hitter like Gavin.
Gavin flew out to the wall in center field in his last at bat, looking to get a little bit more on this one. The catch is made, the throw home, and he is safe. Keegan is safe at home, and that is going to tie this game up with the sacrifice fly.
And Keegan nudged the catch back to that play. Just give a little, hey, you were too slow. I scored.
Brand new ball game, 3-3. Still 2 runners in scoring position with Owen up. He takes strike 1. Owen singled in his last at bat, looking to duplicate that success.
And if you're saying, he set the block and didn't get that last down. I would be surprised if a new pitcher came on to a decent after center.
That ball's skied in the right as well. And the right fielder there to make that play as well for the 3rd out. But the Flyers push 3 across to tie it up in the bottom of the 4th. We head to the fifth in this 12U matchup on Sports Broadcast Solutions. As the Flyers tie it up in the bottom of the fourth, we head to the top of the fifth with a 3-3 score. And the top-tier Nationals bringing up the bottom two of their lineup before turning it back over to the top. Barnes leading it off. Joey still on the mound into his fourth inning of work after coming on in relief for Danny.
Joey's pitching very well here. The tide is turned in the pitching battle. Joey is going to take a hit.
First pitch misses for ball one, as does the second pitch. 2-0 from Joey.
That one skidded off and played. Joey looking for the bottom corner. Unfortunately,
Flyers bullpen looks to be quiet right now. This inning is Joey's. He misses down in the zone for 3 balls. You don't want to walk the leadoff man.
that's a bad start to the inning for Joey too long. So I'd like to see a fastball here. Try to get that quick strike.
Then call Xander as that one's in there for a called strike, and now it's 3-1.
A little bit to the left.
Barnes singled in his first at-bat. Lines that one into center for his second single. Deere's going to come up firing from center field. And almost get him. Aggressive play from the center fielder. Do you like that, or is that just one of those plays that you need to get it back into the infield?
I like that. The ball, no other infielders are in position to get that. The center fielder had to come out and get it, and right over to Keegan. Keegan had to kind of extend out for the ball. He had symptoms of it, and that gave the runner time to get first.
Now, do you think that that is a type of play that we see playing on a grass infield, or do you think that turf allowed that ball to get to the Darren quicker in center field to allow him to at least have a chance at the runner at first?
No, I would say that this is on a grass field, that one of the either the shortstop or second base would have had to come and get it. Probably shortstop, the right fielder first. And it could happen though.
After the called strike to Finnegan, that one misses for a ball, 1-1. With the runner at first. That's Jaffrey over at first. Pinch running for Barnes. Mr. misses for ball 2.
I wonder why he's wearing opposite jersey color.
Well, we do know they are 12-year-olds, so it is possible that a 12-year-old forgot his jersey. But we also know that some of these teams do have some numbers issues, not having enough players, so they might have to pull from some other players in their organization. So that is the possibility that we have with Finnegan. He lines one shallow in the right and foul. Do the 2-2 over again.
And two outfielders for the Flyers, when they want to get the ball.
Joey, into his fourth inning of work, how much gas do you think that the right-hander has in him?
I would say maybe third inning minimum. Maximum. He did run out in the second inning, and he is fresh. I think the Flyers are looking for him to stay out there as long as possible because of the pitching shortage back-to-back. This is top tier's first game. The Flyers are back-to-back. That was a very close game.
So it was lined on the third base line, but foul. Yeah, you mentioned it, Xander. Tournaments, pitching is key. And when you only have 10 players like the Flyers do, you only have a limited number of arms. Gotta make sure that you can get length out of your starters.
Tournaments are all about adapting. If one man goes down or is injured, next man up, no questions asked.
Pick off the first. I gotta say, I think that tournament pitching, you really find out who your dogs are. Who are those guys that you have on your team that you know you can go to, because pitching in tournaments will eventually get tired. As that one's grounded to Tommy at short. No play at second as he throws on to Keegan at first for the first out.
That was a great throw, but exactly. When the boy's on the line, there's more pressure. Some players will choke, and some players will rise to DK and perform. So far, Joey is performing, and this will lead him to more pitching outings in the future.
That'll bring up the top of the order as Champion takes ball one. Champion has struck out and grounded to the second baseman in his two at-bats so far.
Not the outing the Champion was hoping for.
As he swings, drives that one deep into center. Darren is back and makes the grab as he goes head first into the wall. Gets the ball in, though, for the second out.
Darren does it at the right time. We're running back, looked over his shoulder, and made the great catch. And that's just great defense right there.
We've seen several plays out there by the center fielders in this game on both sides.
And that's why the center position is so key in baseball. You have to command the outfield, and more often than not, the ball is going to come your way. You have to make those plays. As the catcher, going down the road with Joey here, before he steps out that.
2 outs with Franzik up. Be ready over there on the mound, Joey, as back-to-back. That ball's grounded to Keegan at first for the third out. No runs, or 1 run scores by the Nationals as they tie it up in the fifth. We head to the bottom half on Sports Broadcast Solutions. After the Nationals tie it up in the top of the fifth, we head to the bottom of the fifth with Joey leading it off, the pitcher on the mound for the Flyers. He wants to get on base as to try to factor back into the decision.
We have a new pitcher on the mound for top tier Nationals. It is Jeffrey relieving Mattea, who pitched a pretty good first few innings and gave up 3 runs, had multiple bases loaded situations. No surprise to see him out. He looks a little tired to me.
Yeah, after a good first 3 innings, why do you think he started to run into trouble there in the fourth?
I think that the Flyers were starting to kind of figure it out a bit. Mattea, he's kind of doing the same couple pitches. And if that was working for him, as Joey swings and misses, there's only so much that you can do before the other team has to figure you out. And Mattea, he's trying to play nice and trying to throw some pitches into the outer edges of the strike zone inside the batter's swings.
Joey White's that one into right center field, and it is down. Might go for extra bases, and he rounds first, decides to hold as the right fielder Barnes gets it in quickly to hold him to a single.
That was the right decision to hold by Joey. But what I was saying about Mattea is that occasionally, even if you pitch well, you're going to get tired. There's one thing that any pitcher can never avoid.
Leadoff man on for the Flyers as that brings up the number 10 batter, Jack. Before the pitch to Jack, we get a check on Joey at first. Jaffrey comes set on the mound. First pitch to Jack misses away and outside. And seeing that same pitch called a strike on the opposite side of the plate, misses there.
Maybe it's because the batter's left-handed, but I noticed that Jaffrey looked to Joey at base, then threw the pitch. Maybe that's why it was a ball, but same pitch was a strike this time.
You could tell Jack asking the umpire about that one looked to be similar to the first pitch ball that was called. As that pitch is behind Jack, and Owen, pinch running for the pitcher Joey, takes second with ease, no throw.
Owen with a great reaction to take that base.
Swing and a miss by Jack. You can tell he was looking to drive that runner in from second base.
Going to that pitch, but Jaffrey, a very low pitch towards the corner of the strike zone, beat him out.
As that one misses down and away. Full count with nobody out. That one hits him. That one hits him. So Jack will take first, and Owen has to go back to second base. So now there are runners at first and second with nobody out, and the leadoff batter for the Flyers, Tommy, back up.
I think Jaffrey trying to go and kind of swing there, also behind him again, and he was hit.
Tommy takes ball one from the right-hander Jaffrey. Tommy has walked and lined out in this one. The leadoff walk allowed him to utilize that speed and get around the bases and score a run as he fouls that one back. Tommy, the leadoff hitting shortstop. Very often do you see that be the case. That's that. He takes a pitch, just misses away. 2-1 now.
Maybe the Flyers are trying to utilize Tommy's speed to round some early bases later on, and when the big bats come up, Tommy will be in sort of position like that for a more likely opportunity for some runs. Plus on the board.
That one is also fired way behind and over the head of Tommy to the backstop, and it allows both Owen and Owen and Jack to move up into scoring position with still nobody out.
And now it's great communication by Owen and Jack, both simultaneously moving up to take the steal bases.
As we have a defensive substitution, Mateta is going to go into second base to allow Franzik to come in to get loosened up to be the next pitcher for the Nationals. Infield in for the Nationals. 3-1 to Tommy, misses in the dirt, and now there are bases loaded and still nobody out.
Clearly, this isn't like a mistake from Jaffrey here. As other pitchers are already warming up, Jaffrey's doing a base loaded situation here. He's Still, 0 outs in the inning.
Aaron fouls that one back, a healthy cut with the bases loaded.
And Darren wanted that ball. If it was a little bit earlier, that would have been gone.
Aaron went deep in the last game, also doubled, looking to do some more slug with the bases loaded in this situation. And another big cut. It's just tipped into the catcher's glove for strike 2.
That pitch was right in Darren's spot, just a little late there.
Infield still in, hoping to cut that runner down at home. The 0-2, driven into right field. The right fielder back at the wall, and it's dropped. It's off his glove. 1 run's going to score. Jack is going to round third. Be sent home, and he's going to score. 2 runs scored. Tommy into third, and on the bad throw, Darren into second. A lot happening on that play. 2 runs for the Flyers.
Owen and Jack were running in here for the Flyers. Now just a brutal unforced error by the Nationals. They are feeling the pressure right now, as the momentum is clearly on the Flyers side. That momentum is causing the Nationals some unforced errors.
And that ball's grounded to the second baseman. Mateo picks it up, fires the first, and now 1 run already in. And Darren did not stop rounding third at all, and he scores 2 more runs score on the ground ball to the second baseman.
First, that was a great move from Darren to risk it for home, and it paid off with the points on the board. But the catcher, with another unforced error, allowing 2 more runs, off 2 back-to-back off the glove plays. Those are the plays, in my opinion, that can really break the heart of defense. You have the ball, but it bounces off your glove. That hurts.
Slugger Keegan up at the plate. 2 outs and nobody on. His 4 runs have come across as Keegan skies that one. Shallow center, shortstop back. Makes the play for the final out, but the Flyers push 4 across. I apologize. That is only out number 1. I apologize.
And that was a great play there by the shortstop. Just got in the right position, got the hose with it to make the easy out.
Keegan pops out to the shortstop for out number 2. Correction. That is out number 2. And that brings Anthony up. The catcher has walked and singled.
Look at the top base streak going here in this game.
Takes a strike on the outside high corner. Walking into Anthony, 2 balls and a strike now.
Anthony leading away in that pitch. I think he thought it was going to hit him, and that cost him the
Another pitch is in there from Jaffrey on the outside corner, strike 2. Now he's 1 strike away from getting out of this nightmare at the bottom of the 5th inning.
Jefferson did a good job staying focused to get this last out.
Out back by Anthony.
And that last strike is right in the corner. The farthest distance away from Anthony's bat and could possibly be achieved in the strike zone. Jaffrey here showed his stuff.
2-2 again. Grounded to the shortstop Almazan. Fires on the first for the final out, but not before the Flyers score 4 in the bottom of the 5th. We head to the top of the 6th in this 12-game matchup on Sports Broadcast Solutions. for the top of the sixth as the Flyers take a 4-run lead, and it's now 7-3. Number 3 batter for the Nationals, Mateta, stepping in as Joey into his 5th inning of work after coming in the 2nd inning in relief, still on the mound.
Either the pitching shortage is real for the Flyers. It's more nasty than we thought. Or Joy is just playing so well right now and dominating the pitcher duels. First Mateo, and then Jeffrey's here.
So what do you think, Xander? He hasn't been hit very hard. He's let up some base runners, some walks. He really only walked a lot in that 2nd inning. So overall, you can live with the base runners. Not a whole lot of runs scored.
Well, the Flyers do have a lot of cushion here going into the 6th inning. And they have a lot of ground in the offense here. Joey with the cushion.
Do you think that 4-run cushion played any role in Joey returning back out to the mound?
I'd probably say a little bit. Not a whole ton. Doesn't take very long here. But if it was a 2 or 1-run gap, I'd probably be the first pitcher here. But Joey pitching very well.
He gets a potato to sky in the left field, and Jack's camped under that one for the first out. I agree with you, Xander. I think that if this is a 1 or even a 2-run ball game, maybe we see a new pitcher on the mound for the Flyers. But with it being 4 runs, yeah, you're struggling with pitching. Run him back out there, see how many more outs you can get before you have to go get him.
And he got the first one there. So I'd say keep him on base.
Foxclover lines that one in the left center field. Aaron over to it quickly. He's going for second in a bad throw. Unable to hit the cutoff man as it rolls to the pitcher's mound. And Foxclover's in there for a 1-out double.
An unforced error by the Flyers outfielders. Foxclover with the awareness to go for second. But what I'm saying is that if Joey's pitching really well, he's nothing.
He also lines that one foul off the netting for strike 1. As much as you want to allow Joey to battle in this game and get you out, you also have to make sure you don't let this get too far away from you. He gets a swing and miss there for 2 strikes.
Exactly. I'd say if 1 run scores at that situation, you put another pitcher in. Joey's topping on thin ice here. Like, not a lot of errors.
As Paige Rosa is called out on a low strike for out number 2, exactly what Joey was looking for in that situation.
He's one of the pitch all morning. This is paying off for him in a big way.
Shortstop Almazi steps in and takes strike 1 in his crouched down stance.
He's trying to crash down into the center of the strike to hit the lower part of the strike zone.
Up and in is drilled into left field, and it's going to one-hop the wall. Foxclover's going to come around to score, and Almazi's going to stroll into second for a 2-out RBI double, and now the score is 7-4.
Almazi with a big heads-up play there. Nice hit to crouch out in the stands. He knew we're going to get to the ball. A big hit right into the corner. He's hitting as well. But allows Foxclover to take home.
As the catcher Vanderpool takes a big cut at that one and fouls it back for strike 1.
Vanderpool's going to send this one back over the fence into the lake. This game is not over yet. Question is that play enough to stay momentum?
Getting towards the end, though, Xander, so the Nationals need to push some more runs across as Vanderpool takes a ball up. This is the inning to do it.
Exactly. Send your big sluggers up and make the ball deep in the outfield. Make the defense work. But the question is, can you do that without giving up strikes or outs?
That one misses 2-1. 2 doubles sandwiched by 2 outs have the Nationals cut this lead down to 3 at 7-4 still a runner in scoring position on second.
And it is proof here that the Nationals take advantage of the runner's position. As the ball pops into our field from under the other, from the field to our left, we got to play there.
Yeah, you have these big nets that do a very good job of keeping the ball out of play, but every once in a while you do still get that stray ball that makes its way onto the field.
It shows how powerful these hitters are.
So that one, as the ball skips in there, Vanderpool hustles down to first. It also allows Almazan to sneak into third. So now runners on the corners and 2 outs with height up to bat.
Not the error that Joy wanted to make, a little low. The turf could also play a little bit of factor in that.
As height grounds that one foul down the third base line.
I just make a big play here. If we're playing 6-8 Premier rules, this could be the Nationals' last chance at that.
That 0-1 is sky high on the infield. Tommy behind second base, trips over the runner, but still secures the catch for the third out. And it looks like that is it. That is it. The Flyers are going to take this one 7-4 over the top tier Nationals to take a 2-0 tournament record going into Sunday. What does that mean for the Schaumburg Flyers?
That means they have a lot of momentum going here, going to tournament win. A lot of good, a lot of bad to go over after the game. But nobody can see what the Flyers can do in this game Sunday. But this game is all about the pitching. First half was dominated by Mateo, but then Joey leading house, and he's the reason why the Flyers are advancing to Sunday.
Yeah, Joey comes in relief for Danny in the second inning and just runs roughshod through the Nationals order. Only allows the four runs, and takes home the W as the Flyers secure a 2-0 doubleheader day on this Saturday of tournament play. We will be right back with our post-game interview on Sports Broadcast Solutions.
1.
Good afternoon with Sports Broadcast Solutions. I'm Josh Little, and today I have Joey with me of the 12U Blue team of the Schaumburg Flyers. The Flyers, Joey, a doubleheader sweep. How does it feel?
It feels good. You know, we got going hard tomorrow too. We got maybe 3 games tomorrow, but if I'm ready to pitch again, I can pitch.
What's the mindset of the team after you have a plethora of games today and plenty to look ahead to tomorrow? What do you guys focus in on?
Just not letting in runs and just hitting at the plate. I think that's a good approach to every game.
Joey, not only going for 1 for 2 at the plate, but you come in the second inning with your team down 3-0. You're able to hold down the fort and help lead your team to victory. How does it feel to not only bat pretty well today, but your pitching was outstanding?
It feels good. You know, when you're pitching, you just gotta try and hit the outside corner if they're off the plate, and if they're in the plate, try and jam them at the plate. You just gotta try and hit the ball.
Thank you so much, Joey. This has been Joey with the Schaumburg Flyers 12U Blue team as they sweep their doubleheader today. I'm Josh Liu. You've been watching 12U Travel Baseball with Sports Broadcast Solutions.